That motherfucker is hip hop. And the difference is that people don't know that. Like I've had to learn.
Folks took for granted that they were just in.
Well, I've had to learn, Renee, on the difference between rap and hip hop. She's like, what's the difference? What's the difference?
Rappers are talking. Rappers are cashing a check.
Well,
hip hop is the culture.
What really did it was the Drake and Kendrick beat.
That helps.
That
helps.
Nate, this is what you need to know.
Yeah.
This is hip hop.
That motherfucker, because Drake was rapping about Kendrick.
Yes.
Kendrick was doing hip hop to Drake. And was done.
Kendrick took a step back and he's like, I'm not coming at you. I'm bringing the culture.
The culture's coming to you.
That's what you're getting destroyed.
We're coming to you.
Ooh, I'm getting hot right now. Welcome back to Missin, the homies.
There's some pre-gaming happening.
This is the show where I bullshit with my homies. No crack in August. We got new Bevs. Terry's back.
I'm back.
We actually haven't moved spots.
I'm wearing the same shirt I was wearing the last time you saw me.
Cheers.
My man. We might do some comics, but we're really going to do some music talk right now.
We're definitely... Oh, well, okay, so...
Where do you want to go?
Even to go into that, I feel like my first... I guess it wouldn't even be my first nerdception. Because I feel like I was into comics and cartoons and all that before I was into hip-hop.
Yep.
But I feel like getting into hip-hop was my... Like, that was the first thing that I felt that, like, lit me up the way I see people get excited about other fandoms. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. And I think for me, it's, like, the history of it, the melodrama of it, the alter egos of it. Like I was telling you, I love Eminem. Sure. Slim Shady is just...
So...
I've been trying to figure out
Eminem's case, I will say that Eminem, top MC. Top 5 MC. You put Eminem on your list or MC list, I have no issue with it. I no longer consider Slim Shady an alter ego of Eminem because there was almost no way to differentiate between the two. The only way in which you know that Slim Shady and Eminem were different people is because no one ever in hip-hop decided they wanted to randomly fucking beef with Slim Shady. No one ever has said they wanted to beef with that dude from 1987, 1998, right? In a Robin costume versus with Dr. Dre in a Lamborghini. No one ever wanted to beef with Slim Shady. No one was ever like, it feels like a job for me. No one ever went at that guy.
Yeah, they always went at Eminem.
They wanted M. They didn't want Slim Shady. They should have wanted Slim Shady.
Yes.
Because by wanting M, by deciding you wanted him,
they got real smoke. They got real smoke.
In 1988, that dude was too much of a dipshit to understand that hip-hop is about both the vibe, right? And it's also about what we're bringing to the product. And people were challenging that man's... They were challenging the product he put out and didn't understand that there's another layer, which is the foundation of the thing, right? He can sell records on Slim Shady as a costumed character.
Yeah.
He can sell records as, I'm just putting out a record right now. Gotta put out a record.
And to me...
They came out on him, they came at that man on him belonging in the culture. And that's where they fucked up.
And I think that's what makes hip-hop interesting, because it is... The culture is such a huge aspect of it.
Yes.
And there's so much history and care and attention, and like me and my cousins for my 20th birthday, we took a trip to New York, and I went to oh my God, I can't think of what the address was, but it's the something Sedgwick in the Bronx.
Got it.
Where that first party was thrown with Grandmaster Flash.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
So we're standing in front of the apartment complex, and I'm like, the fact that like this apartment complex has any significance is like a testament to the culture as a whole. And I just like I've always thought that was so cool.
The reason it's cool is because if it were rock and roll,
yeah,
you would have to have a whole bunch of addresses about the time that a bunch of brothers got some other shit stolen from them, right? By some producers and record label owners or whatever the fuck. And some British guy came over and made a bunch of fucking money. Like, there is not as much. There's some significant things, surely, that match for rock, right?
Yes.
But for hip hop, given that it's only 50 years old,
yeah,
it is far easier to say, I grew up in that building.
Yeah.
Fans, I like hip hop, but my primary forms of music are that's around progressive metal and 80s kind of new wave rock. So it is, I can't tell you.
I was gonna say I don't understand fully what prog rock is.
Okay, we're gonna get there.
Rock is like
I cannot tell you what apartment building Phil Collins grew up in. I don't have an address.
Yeah.
Because by the time that happened,
it was
other things had already happened. Other things
so
existed before Genesis, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, from my musical point of view,
yeah,
I'm a huge Tears for Fears or NXS or like a Joy Division fan. Even if that's the case, right? I can't say to you, none of this would have ever happened if no one ever got together in musician X's mom's basement.
Yeah.
But I can say for hip hop, the shit wouldn't exist if thing X didn't happen at address Y, right?
Yeah.
That's real, right? In our lifetime, or, you know what I mean? Like a whole new form of music got created, right?
Yeah.
That changed the world, you know?
And I think that, like, especially for me, being the hip hop and comic fan that I am, I feel like I came up at the perfect time where both hip hop and for me, I feel like the MCU changed comics, but that's in my perspective to like not growing up reading comics, but like I feel like the MCU made comics so much more mainstream, and like Drake made hip hop so much more mainstream. Hate to actually I'm gonna bleep him. But like seeing those two,
my brain is editing so much right now.
Like when I was in high school, like it was still weird for me to be like, oh yeah, I'm a hip hop fan. But like after, people were like, oh yeah, of course I love Travis Scott and this and that.
Where did you go to high school? Like what city, what state?
I went in Allen Park, Michigan, south of Detroit.
What year?
I graduated in 2015.
Got it. Okay, so one of your issues might be that by the time we got to you graduating from high school, hip hop was just a product.
Yes.
Right?
100%.
So by the time we got to it just being a product,
I feel like I was catching the end stages of it being for the culture, and I was at the very beginning of mass market.
Nah.
Would you say nah?
I said nah. I said the problem that you had your entire life has been that by the time you got into hip hop from your birth, it was always a dude in a suit deciding what was the culture and what wasn't the culture.
Maybe that's why
someone decided this is for the masses, but this ain't, because the same group of people are deciding each thing, right? There's no war. It's not Empire versus the rebels, which is how we kind of sometimes want to think about it, right? Yeah. It is all the Empire.
Yeah.
Right? If you can find it relatively easy, the Empire made that happen.
Yeah.
If it's 2015, and you found hip hop, yeah, man. You found it because they wanted you to find it. Even if you found the most underground act you thought you could find back then, and all of your friends were listening, then how underground could it possibly be?
Exactly.
Right?
Oh, that's so crazy. Yeah.
You could be a Drake guy if you're gonna be if you were
a
Drake guy.
I came in on Childish Gambino.
I'm not saying in 2015 you couldn't be a Drake guy.
Yeah.
Because it'd be weird to become a Drake guy tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that, right? But like back
in the year
then,
of our Lord 2024,
10 years ago, if you were a Drake guy, my problem was always
that's not real hip hop.
Nah, it wasn't even that. I was like, at the age I was, all the people telling me they were into Drake were the same people telling me they're into Chris Brown. They were the same people telling me they were into like whatever sexy, smooth ass like
Usher.
When you watch, I was about to say that when you watch Boondocks and like it's Riley, and Riley's like, oh, well, here we got all these prancy dancing motherfuckers, right?
Yeah.
Like that thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I would hear. Except that here's the deal. It is damn difficult for a regular person to find something of and by the culture and also disseminate to their friends without also using the same tools the mainstream machine gave you.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to put my friends up on some shit, but I don't use YouTube, I don't use Spotify, I don't use all these apps to do it, right? Bandcamp, sure you Bandcamp.
SoundCloud.
Do we own Bandcamp? Do we own SoundCloud? Who owns that shit?
Some motherfucker somewhere.
Like real hip hop was about us not murdering each other on the streets of New York, Chicago, LA, wherever.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly New York at the time, but still, we're not killing each other over our beasts. We're going to fight it out at the party.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, maybe not the best place to not fight it out is a party, because it's real hard to fight a hormone. Hormones are tough as fuck. If the Russians could like channel hormones, they win wars. They can't, because them dudes is ugly. Russian men are the ugliest motherfuckers on the planet. You ever looked at Russian dudes and be like, how you roll into the party trying to get bitches?
I can't say. I don't know. I don't have too many Russian
How
friends.
come every Russian dude that wants to be a bad guy in a movie, they all fucking look like bad guys from like Beverly Hills Cop?
They all got the flat top, chiseled
Russian
jaw.
guy. Sorry, man. What point are you trying to make right now? At the party, at the function. How you doing this? What you can come into with your medals from water polo? Thank you very much, sir. Keep it moving. You know, you bitch you. You know? So anyway.
Water polo. Did the Germans or did the Russians win water polo?
They don't. But they always will come up like looking like them dudes in our what is it? Our pop culture.
Yeah.
We would always portray them
stock
dudes as
Russian.
We were stock Russian, but they were also like they were the most staid and kind of dry ass dudes. Mm-hmm. Hip hop came about as a way of like, we're not trying to kill each other. We're gonna fight it out on the floor. We're gonna fight it out in the booth. We're gonna fight it on the mic.
Yeah.
We would do that, right? Because every other fight we had was a fight you saw in movies and TV.
And
in the
what
80s, the Russians were the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know? In the 80s, the corporate sponsored shill was the bad guy.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So if you get to a point where we're talking about like, here comes Eminem, and cats don't get Eminem. Eminem came up with NWA. He came up with all the shit you were listening to, or I would have been listening to. He came up with the hardest shit that wasn't getting played on radio. Mm-hmm. And if it was getting played, it's college radio.
Yeah. That real underground shit. Like
it was tape trading. I'm a metal guy. I say again, we haven't talked about metal. As a metal guy, a lot of that shit is by trading the tapes.
Were you out there trading tapes?
I wasn't at shows. I was at school. So in high school, the tapes I remember flat out copying and trading was I got from one dude for metal. I got Somewhere in Time and Power Slave back to back on a 120-minute cassette tape.
Yeah.
So I got that. And then I got from someone else Metallica's Master of Puppets and Ride the Lightning back to back. Okay. But I got from hip hop, somebody gave me Nation of Millions. Somebody gave me
Public Enemy.
Straight Outta Compton. Someone gave me Rakim and Eric B. and Rakim.
Yeah, Paid in Full.
That somewhere around there. And somebody gave me the thing that I think really did it. That I was at least because I was a metal guy. I was a metal and like goth guy. So someone gave me like the audio too. It was Milk. It was Milk. It was like Milk is chilling. Like Giz is chilling. What more can I say? Type billing. That my sister is 10 years younger than me. Yeah. So she for one Christmas got LL Cool J's I'm Bad and Kool Moe Dee's whatever Kool Moe Dee's album was. They were beefing at the same time. Yeah. And I would hear her playing her cassettes in her room while I was playing whatever In Excess or Depeche Mode or Joy Division in my room. And I'm hearing music, just it's dudes putting up music to put up music for a mood. Yeah. The vibe.
So prog rock is for the vibe?
Prog rock there's a statement being made about the world.
Gotcha.
In general.
Okay. Progressive rock?
Yes.
Gotcha.
And in hip hop, that shit started as I'm making a statement about you.
Statement about you. Statement about also what is around
neighborhood.
What is around
I
me?
only know. Let's say we're in Rogers Park right now. I only know what's between this neighborhood is Howard Avenue to Devon Avenue, but as far as I know, from where we're sitting right now, we're talking Howard to Jarvis.
Don't dox me, bro.
That's it. So you between Howard and Jarvis and the lake and Ashland, you've been talking mad shit.
Yeah.
And you keep going to the same parties I'm going to, and I'm going to the same parties you going to, and I got to get it in some kind of way. I gotta talk to you.
And I think that's to me as an emotional young man, getting all of that out and it sounding sick as hell. I think that was what
the difference
got me.
Would be.
That's
the
what
difference would be that you may have to respond to the thing I just said to you in that context.
Yeah.
But if it's a prog rock band, I can talk about exactly what we just talked about, but I can expand that border, those boundaries, to states, countries, concepts. I can get those whatever we're talking about.
Yeah.
Further along the way, and I'm going to use music theory to do it. And it took a while for someone in hip hop.
And you said you're a drummer, right?
I'm a drummer and a guitar player. Yeah. It took a while for someone in hip hop to come along and really put music theory involved in it to make it about a thing that you didn't need to be here from the days of MC Light or MC Shan. You didn't need to be here from Rakim or Curtis Blow. You didn't do that. Now suddenly bands are playing hip hop. Now suddenly rock bands are playing hip hop. Hip hop they're being rock bands. Then suddenly everybody's mumbling. Whole other issue.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that when the shit you grew up on, even for when you grew up,
yeah,
we went through a whole lot of things to get to that point.
100%.
You know?
100%.
When De La happened, De La had transitions. And the reason why people say that De La and Busta and
transitions between albums or transitions meaning?
De La Soul represented a transition in the culture.
Because I don't remember if I said this before we started rolling or after. De La is my blind spot. I love Tribe.
Yep.
I love 90s East Coast.
Yep.
Rap, or hip hop, not rap.
De La then is your blind spot because it means that there's something happened. I don't know what it is. I haven't known you that long, but I'll say that if you were gonna address your blind spot, and everyone has musical blind spots.
Everybody,
you saying De La is yours isn't really a thing. It's
not egregious, but I know
it is egregious because holy shit. No one who likes hip hop should have a De La Soul blind spot. It's egregious. It's beyond the pale. You should have fucking said it. However, you did. But I'm saying to fix it. Fix it. There are three ways. It is you start at 3 Feet High. You go to De La Soul is Dead. In my opinion, you're skipping Balloony Mind State because I just can't.
Yeah. And
then you go to Stakes is High, and god damn it, I'm telling you, it will be fixed.
Gotcha. Okay.
Other people will say you got to do Balloony Mind State. I can't. I cannot. I'm not in. Wasn't my shit.
See, and I think also. Oh my gosh!
I'll even give you the hidden De La Soul album that most fans of De La don't even know exists or have forgotten. Or don't know.
Drop the knowledge.
Well, if you listen on Spotify, like I listen to most shit.
Yeah.
Spotify fans don't know that there's an album by a band called First Serve.
Okay.
Spotify says produced by DJ Khaled. Maybe it is. I don't fucking know.
Is it?
I don't know.
Spotify Daily?
I'm going to assume it is produced by DJ Khaled because it says a DJ Khaled album. But basically, it's De La Soul. It is Paz and Dave rapping as a tennis act. All of their songs are about tennis. They're a tennis-themed hip-hop act.
Oh, okay.
And they're telling a story of their life as a tennis-themed hip-hop act. From starting out, trying to get in, put me on, to, oh shit, we're making it, to god damn it, we're at the top, to fuck you and fuck the horse you rode in on, right?
Till we out,
till we get it back together again. And it's one of the coolest fucking hip-hop albums I've ever heard.
Interesting.
And De La Soul is never mentioned. They don't use their actual names.
Yeah.
You know, they're
Wha-
Dean Witter and like some other name guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's De La Soul, and they're fantastic in it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, first
Hell-
serve,
First serve.
tennis.
That's even better because I just got into tennis.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm a brother from the south side of Chicago, living 3 miles from that dude who was a tennis dude from way back.
Oh, you were a tennis guy.
I was once a tennis club member.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You don't play tennis anymore?
No, my sports growing up were baseball and baseball-like things.
T-ball, softball.
Like softball. I would coach hitting. Basically, I was coach hitting. I
Yeah.
love teaching people how to hit. Tennis was one. Cross-country running. You know, things that involve running and hand-eye coordination. If it was football, it'd be cornerback because I can't catch very well, but I can stop you from catching it. And at some point, I stopped growing. I'm 5'8".
I was a swimmer.
Stopping dudes with 6'4" becomes harder.
I absolutely zero hand-eye coordination. I'm a swimmer all day.
I have hand-eye coordination. I could not. There was a certain point where it was like, if somebody got past me, put a hand up, they got that,
Yeah.
right? But if it was you're trying to get past me, and we're like fighting it out, you ain't catching shit. It's not happening.
Yeah, I know.
I was faster than everybody else on the field. That's what that's gonna be. I'm gonna use my speed
Yeah.
and my body position. I know how to do it. You know.
Yeah.
But I couldn't. Once this happened, once you Randy Moss me,
You're done.
I was fucking. Yeah, all right.
At 5'8", you're done.
Yeah, you throw it past me, I can't do shit about that.
Yeah,
Because I have no vertical, right? I couldn't jump up there to block it.
You were just speed.
Yeah, at
you were
5'8", my vertical was 5'12".
No jump, just
Correct,
all arms.
Right? That's it, right? I can jump up to to get the cereal from the top shelf, right? But that's it.
I could get 6 foot as the vertical.
That's it.
Total.
100%. My whole life. Look at my calves, man. My calves were always like, shit, man. If chicks out there was in the calves, man.
You know, I did
rolling.
I did notice you didn't make a comment walking up the stairs. Every single person who walks up here is like,
You have enough stairs.
man, you're at the fourth.
Stairs?
You're at the fourth floor.
You know how many times I walk from my shop to my apartment? My shop is where my shop is. Your apartment is like halfway between my shop and my place. So if you're
I've done that walk before. It's like
5 miles. 5 miles, no big deal. We're like on a normal, go hang out with people, and they're like, "Where we going?" Blah 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 blah. If I'm on my bike, 7 miles is my range without thinking about it, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm walking, it's 2 miles away.
That's nothing.
I got you.
Yeah.
5 miles, give me an extra head start. I got you.
Yeah.
Right. Depending on how nice. Depending on whether or not I got a new Dream Theater in the earbuds, because I'm a prog metal guy.
Dream Theater.
Yeah. My favorite band is Dream
Why
Theater.
does that sound so familiar?
Because it's my favorite band. I've talked about every time you play Magic with me. Dream Theater's come up.
Dream.
I make sure it comes up. Like comics, I don't wait for you to ask me.
Yeah.
I drop it into every conversation. I'm a metal guy, and I'm a prog metal guy. Dream Theater is my favorite band. Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say is your okay? So are you? Because I ask knowing none about prog metal.
Okay.
I am a full album guy. I've always been a full album guy.
Sure.
That's why
Black on both sides, son.
Black on Both Sides.
Yeah.
Amazing. But it is a complete thought, top
Yeah.
to bottom.
Yeah.
Are you an album guy or are you a playlist song?
I think if we
kinda guy?
hadn't gotten to the point where music became digital, I would have remained an album guy because what I really miss is liner notes. I miss knowing who played the bass, who played guitar, who played the drums. It's what made me a musician. It's what made me want to play. Because I would see names. It's what made me remember like what guy produced what record.
Yeah.
I know the difference between the sound of a Rick Rubin produced record and a Terry Date produced record or a Chris Sangarides produced record in metal. I can hear the sound.
Yeah.
I know what that is, right? I know what it sounds like if I hear a kind of new wave, kind of like new romantic sound, 80s European like rock track produced by say like Rick Opek or like some of these guys or Brian Eno. I know what those sound like. They sound like a certain thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because people bring a different tone to the table. You should know in hip hop if you listen to a Jay Dilla beat
100%.
versus
DJ Premier beat.
versus a Premier beat versus a Hank Shockley, you know, like a Public Enemy style beat. You You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or Bomb Squad.
Bomb Squad. Yeah.
You should know a Dre beat from a JD beat.
Yes.
You should know it. You should know a J Dilla beat from a JD, meaning Jermaine Dupri beat.
Yes.
They're different. My issue here is a bit subtle. Beats aren't beats anymore to me because now beats are motherfuckers actually not just programming drums, but they're also sampling actual drums and actual guitar lines and actual bass lines. And you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is a problem for me. I feel like dude like RZA did it right. They were sampling from 40 different fucking places to create a sound.
Yes.
They invented something new versus dudes like the Roots who get in the studio who are
Laying
eight guys
it down.
in the fucking studio doing it, which I can respect.
Yeah.
I don't begrudge dudes in hip hop getting in how you got to get in.
Yeah.
I just wish that hip hop would find a way to make it happen in such a way that it became about we can elevate beyond just taking shortcuts and legit make the art form an art form and keep it that way. I think we're taking shortcuts on an art form.
Yeah.
And that pisses me off.
Which also dilutes the art.
Don't like that.
And I mean, to me, like, this Mos Def album is one of the first albums that I listened to, and I heard like this 36 Chambers.
I'm gonna say, if you like
Capital
36
Punishment.
Chambers, the next album he did after that was his rock album. That
New-
was also a rock hip hop album.
New Danger.
New Danger.
Yeah.
Listen to them back to back, and what you're gonna notice is
36 Chambers or this?
No,
This and then New Danger.
New Danger.
New Danger is always a shock to the system for me.
And you know why it is? Because they had to put live instruments and live musicians in a room and make them fucking play. And they were professionals fucking playing, right? And there was nothing to clean up. He wanted that dirty energy of a live band.
Yeah.
And I think hip hop should be that thing.
It is. It's dirty. I feel like at its best, that's where, to me, that
if
that
I gotta
is-
tell the
that's
entire
peak.
world that Drake is a kitty diddler, then
Is
sure,
a diddler.
I want Drake to do it like Drake did it.
Yeah.
Right? I don't need Drake. Drake will, not Drake. Kendrick will give you a full live ass fucking band to tell you that Drake is a kitty diddler. I don't think that's the thing he wouldn't do.
Yeah.
Right? But I feel
Well,
like
he threw a whole concert.
he did.
He threw a whole concert.
He's been a day. He's been an entire day.
He threw a whole concert.
Yes, he did.
Brought 100 motherfuckers out on stage.
He made it uncomfortable for NBA. Some NBA dudes couldn't be on stage.
That shit was great. Like,
He did that.
I was sitting there and like trying to explain it to people. I like couldn't explain it to people because I was so hyped. The Drake and Kendrick beef was the most excited I've been about hip hop in such a long time.
Because Kendrick elevated to beyond the beef.
yeah,
Kendrick said, "You don't belong here with us."
yes,
That's what he said.
which is so
You
like
came at me and you shouldn't have done it because I know enough about you to tell the people what's what and you don't belong here. I can't actually make the FBI kick your door down tomorrow, but they kind of should.
but I can make everybody
would've-
think that they should.
If 5 more years could have been involved, you might have been on Epstein Island. Like, it's what that dude was saying.
He was going so, and I think that like grittiness in the making it dirty is like that's what's just so fucking cool.
In rock music,
Yeah,
we have producers.
are there rock beefs?
No, because we don't have to have them. Well, yes, they exist.
Yeah,
Fleetwood Mac is a band. Have you ever heard of them?
yeah,
They're the greatest rock beef you ever fucking heard of.
yeah. Because isn't that the two front?
The entire
Runners?
band all fucked each other, the entire existence of the band, right? And then broke up with each other, the entire existence of the band.
And we're
still
making
recorded
songs
and
about
still
each
made
other.
songs and they're all hits.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That's
yeah.
never happened in hip hop.
No, that's crazy.
There's no point
That'd be
where
like
it was
Questlove
5 people-
making. That'd be like
Never happened.
That'd be like Black Thought making a song about Questlove.
And then making you look. Beyonce made Jay perform a song about a situation, and he performed it every fucking night while Beyonce was on the same tour. That did happen. Cool.
Beyond, I've been trying to explain to Renee what the difference between hip hop and rap, and Lemonade was one thing I was like,
rap.
Beyonce is so
people
hip-hop.
talking to music. Hip hop is the culture.
Yes.
That provides the subtext while the entire fucking thing is happening.
Yes.
In rock, it doesn't happen quite so much because divorce lawyers exist. They can get us out of the situation before somebody's got to make a record about it, right? In rock means, in prog rock especially, I can see a situation where like 8 guys can be in a band with 4 guitar players, 2 bass players, a drummer, a keyboard player, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
And they could be like a polycule happening in the band. And in prog rock, if the shit went sour, they would still make music together for the next 12 fucking years.
Yeah.
Right? And all they would do is they would publish under different fucking entities and everybody would get paid and nobody would care.
Different bands or like different
splitter
groupings.
bands pop up. It'd be like, well, the bass player, guitar player, and keyboard player formed a band. The singer, guitar player, and drummer formed a band.
All
the
different
guitar
names?
player, different names, correct. Different producers.
Same people, different names.
A mixer became a producer, an engineer became a mixer, an engineer became a producer. That's what would happen in prog metal.
Yeah.
100%. Nobody would care. Nobody would care because there isn't, like, prog rock and prog metal don't come from an existence of it being about me being better than you.
And I think that
I'm
has
going to play. You'll hear my playing. You'll know how good I am.
And I think that has to do with the group aspect of a band versus hip hop. It's
Often not bands, but really should be bands.
hip hop is the motherfucker who's holding the mic is the person who is.
Here's the social aspect of hip hop.
Yeah.
It's a gift and a curse. We don't have a lot of bands in hip hop, but we should.
Yeah.
So we have crews in hip hop.
I think it's crazy that
But
the
crew is
roots are like a fucking like there's like the Roots are the only person that I can think of, not the only person, the only band I can think of right now that like there's.
So the Roots as a band,
Yeah,
is a problem for the Roots. It's been historically a problem for the Roots. Right now, they're on top. They're solid, right? But in their history,
they're on Jimmy Fallon.
Wasn't easy. Was not easy. And I think they did exactly what I want. It was finding guys who could help them make the music they needed to make. And yeah, now you're a band. But at some point, the dudes in the suits are saying, are you hip hop or are you a band? Or like, the guys in the suits don't give a fuck if you do it right or wrong.
Because
they want you to make it
there's too many
profitable.
people. There's too many people to make it profitable. I think that's what it is.
Too many people not in the studio with you. Too many people not in your own band.
Oh, no. I'm saying like the people, like the reason why the Roots are a problem is because the suits are like, there's too many people.
No.
Really?
Not at all. Unrelated. No, the reason the Roots are a problem is because the dudes in the suits want to sell it to somebody.
Yeah.
Who do we sell it to? What do we got to pay your trumpet guy? What do we got to pay your harp guy? What do we got to pay your keyboard guy? Can your keyboard guy at least be the turntable guy?
That's what I'm saying.
It's not.
There's
too
many people.
It's not too many people. They're not concerned about paying too many people. They're concerned the image you're giving off makes it harder to sell. The Roots can have a trumpet, a bass player, a lead guitar, a rhythm guitar, harp. They can have all that shit, right? And if the public were buying no matter what, the suits wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
The suits only begin to care when it's
tough to sell.
This thing you just made is great on college campuses,
but it's too weird
but not
to sell.
so great in the streets.
Yeah.
That dude with three chains is killing us, is what they're saying. 3 chains is killing us, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like little oil tanker is killing us.
Little oil tanker.
You know, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah.
Like young is killing us. That thing is what they start thinking.
Yeah.
How can we get on young situation?
And I think that was the worst. I mean, now you saying that, like, I'm trying to think like when I really, really got into hip hop, and yeah, it like has always been.
Ask yourself, were the guys on top, the youngs and the lils, right? That's what your favorite hip hop acts were fighting against.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not like our favorite hip hop acts were like on it. They were doing it right. They were fighting amongst themselves. Like, what the fuck are we doing? Are we really doing the right thing? They were doing the right thing because hip hop and it's not rock music. You are speaking to generations and cultures that rock missed. Rock let motherfuckers tell you it's no longer black music, it's white music. So the brothers left it when
Rock
Jimmy
and roll.
died.
What track is it? It's
Thank you, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's track 10.
It is.
And this, like listening, oh my God.
It doesn't tell you how good the new Danger's gonna be. That man, it was Dr. No, it was Doug Wimbish, and I think his drummer was Will Calhoun. I think it was Doug Wimbish and Will Calhoun for Living Color and Dr. No from Bad Brains. I think that was the band. That's Black Jack Johnson from the New Danger. Black Jack Johnson was a fucking dope band. And if he'd have asked me, I'd have been like, we can make it a better band. I would have given that motherfucker Rocky George. I would have said, hey, on drums, you got Will Calhoun right now.
Yeah.
But I would have put other brothers in there. Hey, listen, you got Doug Wimbish on bass. Has anybody ever introduced you to like Doug Pinnock, who can both do, he's from King's X, he can both do the bass shit and he can sing like the motherfucker built the church. And he's twice your age, and you'll think he's half your age, right?
Yeah.
King's X is your new favorite fucking prog band. Let me tell you.
Yeah. So Terry, I do this with almost everybody. Well, this has been my new thing recently. I wouldn't say I do this with everybody.
This is episode 2, y'all. There might be an episode 3.
So we're doing this off. We're gonna do this offline because also I'm at the end of my drink too. Where you at?
I've paced myself.
No,
This is me pacing myself, and I can tell I haven't paced myself.
So what we're gonna do, and we're gonna put this in the comments.
Let's do it.
Or in the description. I want your 5 prog rock songs.
Do you not know me in Spotify, sir? I'm ready.
But 5 for right now. I love to get people's a snapshot of their 5 because I could give you 5 hip hop songs that I'm listening to right now.
Fam, what you don't realize is the other day I went to a website called instafest.com, which allows you to log into your Spotify account, and then you create a 3-day like Lollapalooza style playlist, and then it pulls up from not either, but it's all of the last year, the last 6 months, last 3 months, and then you create a fake festival of bands that would play for a year, 6 months, or 3 months for the music you've been listening to. And I created a Spotify playlist for exactly that around my birthday, which is next month. So that around when my birthday is happening, I can just listen to all these things.
This is going to come out at the perfect time then. Oh my gosh. And on that is going to be
Antonio is missing the homies. I wish I'd met the homies. Thank you for listening.
Shout out to the homie Bill in the comments.
Homie Bill. What's up, son?
Shout out.
Long time no see.
Cheers. Put your 5 songs that you're listening to in the comments.
Facts. Put them up. Especially the prog rock songs. Or if there's like 80s, like kind of new wave shit. I was a goth kid. Like whatever. Like put your 5 shits. Ask your mom what are her 5 favorite songs. Put them shits in the comments too. Ask your mom. I want to know what your mom thinks. There you go. See you next time.
Peace.